Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Nick Push. Thanks for tuning in. Well, guys, we got some Halloween ending controversy, so to speak. We got some interesting comments made this week, which I'm going to get into. And then I also want to get into a few different theories and tidbits I've heard about the ending of the movie, which may contain some spoilers. I'll warn you again, but just in case, you've been warned. So let's break this shit down.
If you like horror, hit that notification bell, smash that like button, and push that subscribe button now.
What's the boogeyman?
Hello, Sydney.
Welcome to my nightmare. We want the man who did this.
Welcome to Nick Push's Horror Channel.
So like I said, some interesting stuff has been transpiring here this week. So I'm going to get into what David Gordon Green said here in a minute. I'm going to read his quote. And then I'm going to get into some of the little tidbits I've heard about the endings. Spoilers, possible spoilers, I should say, will come towards the end of this video. So you're still good for now. I'll warn you again. But I'm going to pull up and read a little bit of what David Gordon Green said. This article that I'm going to read briefly is from digitalspy.com. And the title of it is Halloween Ends Ending, quote, changes every day. Okay. So let's get into this. It says, Halloween Ends aims to, as the title suggests, end the long-running franchise. Yeah, right. But it seems that the conclusion of the movie still hasn't been completely confirmed. According to director David Gordon Green, the ending, quote, changes every day, despite the movie being out next month. And here's a quote by David Gordon Green here. It says, in theory, the picture is locked. But this morning, I called the editor and said, what if we do this one thing? I speak with John Carpenter, he's referring to, and Jamie Lee Curtis regularly about it. It's exciting, uncertain, satisfying, and sad. I've enjoyed the ride, but it's probably time to get off. Green said, of finishing the franchise, I think we're going to go out with a bang. Guess we'll see. As for the movie itself, Green also teased what to expect, explaining if our second film was a free-for-all, it was. Violent chaos, this is more intimate, atmospheric conclusion. Okay, I like the last part of that. So, first things first, guys. Tell me down below in the comments what your thoughts are on some of the things he said there. Here's my thought. If you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, my thought is, what the fuck? We're 6 weeks away, guys. We are 6 weeks away from this movie coming out. It's next month, as the article said. And he hasn't decided on an ending? For the ending of his planned trilogy? I'm not trying to overreact here. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, so to speak. But dear Lord, that the more I think about it, the more not only is it concerning, but it's just weird. It's weird. I could see having second thoughts about a decision you made, but make a goddamn decision. This is the ending of your trilogy. You didn't just take over, a segment of a trilogy like Rian Johnson or something like that. This is your trilogy. I know it was delayed because of COVID. I know all that, guys. I know all that. But we're 6 weeks away from the movie coming out, and you haven't decided on an ending to the movie. An ending to your trilogy. I've never heard of this shit before. Ever. I don't know if it's incompetence. I don't know what the fuck it is. But, like I said, it's pretty concerning. So, that's my thoughts on that. Now, let's talk about some of the ending, I don't want to call them theories, but some of the endings I've heard. Like I said, there could be spoilers in this. Nothing has been confirmed yet. But I just want to kind of throw it out there that there could be spoilers because I don't know if this is true or not. But a friend of mine, Bud. You've seen him on my channel before. I've been on his channel. I'll be on his channel again. He'll be on my channel again. But Bud from the YouTube channel, The Shape of Horror Podcast, put out a video earlier this week, and I'll link it down in the description, talking about 3 possible endings that he has heard for Halloween Ends. Okay? I have not watched tons of videos on this. I haven't read about it. I'm just going to go off of what was in Bud's video. I trust him. Doesn't mean he's right, but he's usually pretty good at this shit. So I'm going to go over the 3 endings. The first ending he mentioned was something that he doesn't think was filmed. It is called, or I call it, I should say, the radio tower ending. And basically, it went where, obviously we all know about the radio tower, the rumors, all that shit, right? We all know about that. But apparently the movie was possibly going to end with, a big fight between Michael and Laurie and, one or both of them falling off the radio tower. Okay? That's one ending. Second ending that he mentioned was the junkyard ending. And this is basically, there's been some junkyard theories out there and things of that nature. I personally haven't made a video on it yet, but it's out there. And this basically has to do with, as David Gordon Green said earlier this year, I think it was this year, this movie might have a little too much Christine in it. I'm paraphrasing. But as we know, Christine ended with basically the car being destroyed and, compacted. So the ending of this would be, where Michael gets destroyed and they take him to the junkyard and compact him like that. I'll give it this. That would be a unique ending. Very unique. And the third thing that Bud mentioned, and this is where it gets into where this could be very spoilery. So I'm going to give you a second. And now I'm going to speak. This is, and I'm not joking, guys. This is Michael. This is a crucifixion ending. Michael is going to be crucified by the townspeople of Haddonfield. Let that fucking sink in for a second. Can you picture them stringing Michael up? Like Jesus Christ, crucifying his ass, setting him on fire? I don't know how I feel about that. I haven't had enough time to digest, and obviously, like all these endings, or any ending they choose, it's all going to be in the execution. But the image of Michael being crucified, I have a feeling I'll either hate it to death. I also have a feeling it could be kind of cool looking. So I don't really know about that. But it's certainly fascinating. I encourage you guys to go to the Shape of Horror podcast, check out Bud's video on this. I'm not trying to steal his thoughts or anything, but it intrigued me and piqued my interest enough that I wanted to make my own video on this. Give him a sub while you're at it. He's a good guy and he deserves it, and his channel's really growing. Also, comment down below what your thoughts are on some of these endings that I've detailed that Bud mentioned. And also, no spoilers in the comments, but anything else you heard or anything else you want to see about the ending. All this being said, guys, this is kind of a negative video. However, I am still excited for this movie. Why? It's a new Halloween movie that we get to see in the theater, and that doesn't come around very often in life. So, as much as there's going to be shit to bitch about, and I'm doing my share, I know. As much as there's going to be stuff to bitch about, let's have fun with it and let's enjoy this, because this stuff does not come around very often. That's it for me, guys. I will see you next time.